Hey everybody, I'm Izzy Smith and welcome back to Fallout 4. This time we did another settlement building and this one was fun. It took me a little while. It kind of resembles the general store, but it's different. It's right across. There's the greenhouse. There's our factory. And we have a Sim Settlements brewery over here. It's different in that I actually attached, as I started to build it, I attached with a Sim Settlements add-on, which is actually these wedges by PC Doug, I believe. I hooked this on here, and then I hooked Sim Settlements building on. That is going to be a shooting gallery, and this is a military surplus store. In the last episode, I believe we found the Scribe wandering out there by Lynn Woods and invited him to come work for us. So he needed a shop, so I figured, okay, we'll have weapons and armor in the same building. But the front of the building looks the same. The back is pretty different. It's actually got sort of a 3 across and about 3 deep. Whereas we had the sides coming out on the general store, over here we've got it coming out the back. And we've got some windows there. And you can see he's got a bed in there. And there's also a bed here for whoever's going to man the gun part of the store, the weapons. It's built right here next to the cellar, the root cellar in Sanctuary. And it's on that same foundation. And then right here is a really large power armor frame that I found in, I believe this was, I want to say Even Blossom's items. I'll look that up to be sure. And we've got great deals on armor. See the Scribe right there. So this all hooks together and it kind of works out. It's got a lot of neon and everything. We'll take a little tour of it at the end of the video, but right now let's just go ahead and watch and see how I built this. And I hope you have fun watching it. Here we go. And here we are in beautiful downtown Sanctuary. And there's an old junky house that we want to get rid of, so we're just going to go ahead and scrap that. This is kind of unusual. I'm actually doing a voiceover for this as I'm watching what I was doing, so I've already edited this and everything. It'll be kind of interesting to see how this goes. Oh, that duffel bag there had like a pipe pistol in it and some stuff, and it just went ahead and ended up in storage. I had already emptied that out. And then here's this irritating tree that leans against that house. You can take that out with a disable command if you are on PC. And Heather is going to come running over here in a second, because I'm trying to figure out where I want to start at. There's dog meat. Hi, Heather. Okay, now we're going back into workshop mode. And you can see it takes it just a moment. I've got a lot of mods installed and it takes it a moment. Okay, we've got the prefabs for the front of the store, and they're the ones with the angled top. They seem to look the best. The same ones we used on the general store. And there I'm just trying to get it in line with that white line that's kind of going along on that foundation with those stairs. And I'm trying to get a feel for how far back I want it. And of course we got these moot fruit trees. there. And also, can't forget the cellars there. That's that basement cellar there in Sanctuary. We didn't want to cover that up. So I had to make sure that I was far enough over. And for some reason, there's these little wires down there that were going into it. I guess that was supposed to be like where the basement got its electricity or something. Pardon me, I'm sipping on my soda. I have a Mountain Dew Voltage. Okay, now we're going to put the warehouse concrete. And that's a prefab. Right up in our face. I'm thinking about what kind of a roof I want to use. And I wanted it to look kind of like the general store. Like, you could tell that the same group of people built it. But I wanted it to stand out as well. I wanted it to be something different. So I was going for that. And here I was kind of counting out how far back I wanted to go. Making sure I didn't go over the... Yep, there's the basement. I wasn't really sure right here of where it was going to end up. Because that, if you notice that green limitation background there, that line is kind of angled. It's not even. So I was looking at that thinking, well, should be able to go 3. And there, I'm just kind of filling in the spaces. And I didn't want to go off the side. I had an idea for the side, and here it is. What I wanted to do was incorporate... There's a shooting range in one of the Sim Settlements add-ons. And you'll see that in a moment. I add that to the military surplus store by using a piece of flooring that's from another add-on. I know it sounds kind of confusing, but you'll see. Now, if you're doing this with a console and you're using the warehouse pieces, this is a good way to gauge your walls to begin with, because I end up using a mod. All the mods are going to be linked down in the description. I think I used like 10 on this build, so it's going to be a list. But yeah, I used a mod for the windows in the front. And I'm thinking at first that it looks kind of roomy, which tragically it was not. So yeah, I had a little bit of a problem with that first piece of roof there. I didn't care for that. After I got a good look at it, I was like, well, I think we better... I'm thinking about how I want to work the storefront, and I want to be able to put a sign there. And I'm thinking, well, I could put a window there and then put a storefront on top, or I could just go with the storefront from right there. So let's see how it looks from the front. And that seems like it would be just the right height. Too high. Right there. 1, 2. And if you remember the general store, it had a full front, which I didn't want. Yeah, I hate that whenever it does that kind of a... Look at that. There we go. Yeah, it had a full front like that. It's on the other side of town. I didn't want to run over there to show it, but now you're getting an idea of what this is going to look like. So, the general store had living quarters on the side of the building with a small door, and this one I wanted to have just a big, nice door right there in the back, right there. So what we're doing here is I'm kind of wondering if I could actually put 2 sets of walls, if that makes any sense. You know, I'm thinking maybe I can close it in with a window, maybe a door there on the side. And once again, there's that uneven border that they give us to work with. And there we are. Here's the test. How close is it? Oh, is it gonna make it? Is it gonna make it? Oh, oh, that's close. Yeah, it's very close. But it works. So, now I'm thinking I could leave those walls the way they are. Throw the door there. Boom. And make this into an entirely similar area. 2 sets of walls. See what I'm doing? Which, I guess if you're going for a smaller building, that would work. If you don't want it too large. And you want to have like a storeroom or living space in the back. That works. I wasn't keen on it after I looked at it. You'll see here in a moment. It looks cramped, doesn't it? And already I'm like, ah, get that out of there. Let's move it out. Get rid of it. And once again wondering, is it going to let me just click these pieces right in? I mean, I can build them and move them over. But there you go. And you'll be amazed in a moment because most of this gets kind of reworked. Except that part. I kind of like the windows being that level in the back. I ended up going with that. I was testing it there. I was like, no. Yeah, solid wall, windows in the back. There we are. Now, the windows in the front. That and the door. Okay. As you'll see, I'm using a mod that is no longer on the Nexus, that I still have in my collection of mods. It's Snap and Build. But if you want to go with some windows on a console, or if you want to do it like that, you can, and see, it doesn't look too bad. It still works. You can see how the back end of that shop, though, just doesn't... It just looks tiny. Oh, here I was looking for possible doors that you could use if you're trying to build this on a console. That don't look... See, there's the windows that I want to use. Snap and Build. Which look... Yeah, they look pretty fantastic. And, yeah, it's no longer available on the Nexus or anywhere, so... And I can't upload it. That would be pretty bad. We're not gonna go there. So, I think I've had it since it was first released, which was shortly after the game was released, I think. And there's a specific set of doors that it uses, but once again we're going to look at the doors that you could use. It took me a moment to remember where those doors are. There they are. That's them. Snap and Build. And I was just right there, I'm checking to make sure they fit, which they do, so that worked out. So there you go, the shack door. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that's not too bad. Kind of looks like a... I don't know, maybe a kindergartner tried to nail it together. Super mutant went crazy with a nail gun. I don't know. But there it is overall. I mean, that's a... You could technically say that that's a building that's done. Now we're going to put the plot wedge in. And we're going to tack on the Sim Settlements add-on, which is a gun range, which you'll see at the end of the video. And I'll have full credit. I'm going to go back in the game and film the final product, which is this shop all decorated and everything. I'm not doing that right now. This is this is me getting everything ready. So we're going for the recreational plot, and it's at an angle, so it kind of stands out. And there, we're hooking it up to the street light, and we're going to make sure... Whoop, yeah, that was the wrong button. We're going to choose the building plan, and here we have the shooting range, which is from Braze Defenses add-on, a recreational plot which provides a small defensive bonus. And of course, we need somebody to work the plot, so I gotta go back into build mode and pick somebody. I have another recreational plot over here, which is completed. It's a little park right there, and there's Sandra. And we're going to move her over to the shooting range. She's a Minuteman. She knows what she's doing. She's completely trained in the use of weapons and weapons safety. So she could probably, I don't know, take out a blood bug at 500 yards. Beats me. I don't, yeah. And there's the stairs that were added to Sim Settlements not too long ago by King Gath and the team, and they fit right on the front of the plots like that. Makes it easier for the settlers to just walk right up. And we've got a very dark building. So, night is falling. So I went and just slept and then came back in the morning. First light, so we could see to put the electricity in here. Which is a long and grueling process. It ended up being a long and grueling process. Which I edited out, by the way. You're welcome. Same to you. Oh well. We're having fun. Okay. Once again, I'm looking at that building and I'm like, I'm not sold on this. It's still something. But we need to get power to it, so let's just start doing that. There we are. And it said that the entertainment was set up. So that's stage 1 of the shooting range. There you go. I think actually in my game right now it's at stage 2, tier 2. So it's a actual, like an enclosed building now. Yeah, yeah. We've all wired up the electricity to the buildings. It can be... yeah. So, now, we're going to go right down here to Even Blossoms items, which you can find on the Bethesda.net PC site, and she's got some really cool stuff in this mod. A lot of stuff that I haven't seen other mods do. And she has a full, under the vendors here, she has just the cash registers, but then she's got these full countertops with a lot of stuff all attached. All ready to go. You just decorate it. So I thought, yeah, we'll go with that one. Because the power armor frame there looks like it'll fit over on that side of the store. And there I'm looking at the different prices, and they're both tier 3, so... Don't want it on that side. Yeah, see, there's already a problem with that rooftop. I'm already looking at that thinking, no, this just isn't gonna pan out. But you experiment, and that's how you learn. You just try it and see. So, there's... First of all, I didn't like the gap behind there, so I move it back toward the wall. And then I notice, I look at the right-hand side, and it looks like it's too close to the window. And if the scribe, who I'm going to have man this thing, wants to get through there, he's not going to be able to fit. So now I'm trying it out myself, and even I'm having troubles just getting between the counter and the wall. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking, let's put some light on it. What kind of light would look good? We've got these cage wall lights that I like. Kind of look like a bug zapper. And if you don't know what a bug zapper is, hey. Okay, so we put some light in there. Like I said, wiring up electricity is it's dull. And 1, 2, 3, and I still don't like where it's situated. But hey, there goes the scribe, so let's go get him and test it. Hey, buddy. I got a place for you to work. There you go. And I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be his living quarters. We're going to put a bed in there and some furniture and, you know, just some basic necessities and that. There we are. Shiny, clean metal. No bugs. No rad roaches. Kind of figuring the placement. Yep, and then I want to put another one in because I know that whoever I get to work on the guns, you know, on the other side of the store here, is going to be bunking back there as well. And it's sort of what if you look to the left, it's kind of what my fears were confirming, and that was he was going to have a problem getting around that wall to get back there with that nav mesh. And a Minuteman cot is a little small for that, so let's just give it a regular mattress. And he's wearing an orange jumpsuit, so we'll give him red. Make the other one green. Oh, and you gotta have a pillow. And it's gotta be a comfy pillow. And it's gotta be a matching color comfy pillow. Because details matter. So there's our red comfy pillow and our green comfy pillow. And the scribe is still standing there like, how am I supposed to work this thing? What are you, crazy? Look at me. And I'm throwing in the pillow, apparently. I agree with him. Something must be done about this situation. Do we move it out where it's easier for him to get back there, or does he just give up and try to go out the door and can't quite do that? So now he's stuck on the wall. Let's try lining it up in the middle. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah. I know it. This got, Now I realize that I have a basic flaw in the store. The Scribe is throwing in the towel. He's had it. He's just like, you know what? I'm not working here. These are completely unacceptable working conditions, and I don't have to put up with it. To which I'm responding now. Wait a minute. Let me just fix this. And then apparently Sandra over there at the shooting range was going on her smoke break right about that time. Ah, now he's behind the counter. So, okay. I don't know what he did, but we're making headway. So let's put an armor rack or two and see how that looks. Which, yeah, that'll look pretty cool. But I'm still not happy with it. So now I've started to light it up and then put in some decorations to get a feel for it. And I've decided I am ripping that ceiling out and I'm taking the whole thing up to another level. Knock the wall out. We're going to take it out through a whole brand new door. Whatever Jack Nicholson's line was. As the Joker. Oh, yeah, look up. See that wiring above the keep out and the light? Uh-huh. And over to the right. Yep. Trial and error. I think this one probably... this build actually gave me more of a problem than any of them so far. I really... This one tested my patience a bit. I was looking at it thinking, you know, I could just throw up a Sim Settlements plot and it would... Well, we've come this far. And besides, it's Sanctuary and I want it to look personal. It's all my own imagination put in there. So, yeah, look at those wires. Bye. Boom, boom. Out go the lights. And it's fun working in the dark like that, too. All you can see is the big keep out sign. At least I can make out the shapes, you know. It's like trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle. But I think, if I remember right, even then, I got fed up with trying to work in the dark, and I'm like, alright, that's it. Just go to bed, come back in the morning, do it again. In-game. Game time, you know. Yep. Yeah, there he goes. Screw this, I'm going to bed. But you can tell it's already, now it's got the shape. And there's the moon. Moon's looking good. Day 3. Izzy's already had his fill of this place. Got a nice sign going. Nice little marquee and a couple of neons on it. Yeah, just kind of testing it, seeing what looks good. The Rook military surplus and the Scribes armor shack. Those signs are from Gruffy D's Signs of the Times mod, which is on the Nexus. The Armor Neon and the Great Deals Neon in that is from Better Stores, which is no longer on the Nexus. And I don't think it's on the internet anywhere. It's another one kind of like Snap and Build. I have it on a jump drive. I still use it. Some of these older mods, they really do stand up. They stand the test of time. I still use a lot of this stuff in them. Wiring. Just stop it already. Do the wire trick. There. Now the lights come on. Now we're gonna wire this thing right around the building. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna... There we go. And I'm looking at the door now, if I remember right. Yep, I've picked out a door. I thought that the door off of it kind of looks like it's off a diner. Would look kind of cool. And then they've got their private area back there and the keep out, because they're going to not only have to sleep back there, but they're going to have all of their wares. So there's going to be guns and armor and everything from mini nukes to ammunition back there. So they're going to have that locked. And I dig the string of lights. That worked out pretty well. And here we're just kind of moving some lighting around. And you can see now he can get around really well. He's using that counter. The Scribe's looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. Oh, and you can see we got some nice armor there on the armor mannequins. Got a sign there. For some reason, all the music in the game stopped. And now we're going to take a tour. See you in a moment. Okay, so we have looked at the building of the military surplus store. Now let's go on in and have a look around. It's a beautiful place, and I'd love for you to join me and come on over there with me and have a look at this thing that we call the Rook Military Surplus Store. Well, as you can see, we've got great deals on armor. See the Scribe. So
What was that? Something hit me. Oh, it's my bag.
yeah, it was just your bag, Heather. It's no big deal. And holy cow, look at that. We've got a ginormous power armor lifter. The Scribe knows what he is doing, so at least I hope so. Because that's a suit of power armor that I'm working on. I still don't have a helmet for that one. And, okay, so over here we've got the shooting range. This is the shooting gallery from Bray's defenses. And as you can see, some of the settlers... Oh, God, here comes Marcy. Okay. Some of the... Yeah, look at her stop and look at me. Even dog meat's kind of like, yipes. Yeah. Bray's defenses, so you can come in here. This is Sim Settlements. And...
I'm afraid I'm not much use in a fight anymore. But back in the day, folks used to call me Murphy the Mad Woman.
Uh-huh. Mama Murphy. And some Mentats. Apparently she's been back to her old tricks again. This is the tier 2 though, and as you can see, you come right over here and you just get your weapon out and you shooting gallery. Yeah. And that is entertainment.
I used to know, never looking for trouble, but always finding it.
Thanks. That's for entertainment, and it raises caps for the community as well. So we've got open. And armor pre-owned, good condition. Cigarette machine. Over here we got a bench and weapons. Here's the door that I was talking about. This is from Snappy Deco Kit. And it looks like it's off of a cafe.
We meet again. Are you in the market for some new armor?
Oh, he was on his way out, I think. I know it's that time of the night, so, hey.
What's your story?
I was once a scribe in the Brotherhood of Steel. Back when that was something to be proud of. Back when we used our knowledge to help people, rather than simply hoarding it for our own power. When Squire Maxson took over, well, I didn't like the changes he made to the Brotherhood. Some said it was a return to our ancient traditions. Maybe so. But things are not necessarily better simply because they're ancient. So I left. Since then, I've been walking up and down in the world until I found myself here. So, were you interested in trading or not?
Not right now, but if you... Actually,
Sure.
if you look...
I'm always looking for good armor.
My selection is a bit limited right now, but take a look.
Yeah, he's one of the tier 4 merchants that wander the world, and so if you give him a tier 3 store, he really has a great selection. And he also has these special pieces that you can only get from him. So you've got these +2 luck on these greaves here. You've got the chest piece. Enemies have a harder time detecting you, and the Apocalypse chest plate, which temporarily slows time during combat when you are at 20% or less health. All incredible stuff. Very good. Okay. And I think he's still getting used to the door being there and not here. But, yeah, there's a poster, and then we got over here, Scribe's Armor Shack. 99 problems, but XO ain't one. Here is his side of the store.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's still me. And, let's see. It says here, yes, we sell to ghouls and synths. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Scribe's Armor Shack. The tech without the attitude. Very cool. If you look back there in the middle, you might notice a strange suit of armor. Yeah, well, it was free, so I took it. We'll just say that the Scribe found it out there in the wasteland somewhere. Dog Meat seems to have found the armor workbench back here. And there's some suits of armor. Here we've got from Eleonora's armor compendium. This is the crafting station. And then we've got, actually, you can't see them, but her magazines are on here as well. The schematics for the different designs. So we've got accessories and companions, clothing.
I'm tired.
Raider stuff.
I think I'll have some tea.
Heather, where are you? She's hanging around outside. Anyway, here's the guns section. And as you can see, we've got nobody working here yet. But there is a weapons workbench. We've got some guns in a case there. There's a Glock. And we've got all kinds of weapons on the wall. From different mods and different stuff. And the counter, of course. And if you come through the keep out, which apparently Dog Meat did, and I don't know how he managed it, but he did. He's magic that way. He likes to get in the way sometimes too. Here's their stockroom. This is done with do-it-yourself, that mod, and it's incredible because If I had to line up all this stuff by hand, I would be in some kind of an asylum by now. This is really cool, though. And as you can see right through that window, there's a gun turret. It's a laser turret just outside protecting the place. There's a bed, rug. You can see there's the windows. Got a little bedside table. And then over here we've got the Scribe's bed and his bedside table with the book and reading glasses and looks like a wedding picture. Must have been married at one point. We don't know a lot about the Scribe except for what he tells us. But he's a good man. Loaned him 40 caps once, and he paid me back with interest. He didn't pay me in caps. He mowed my front lawn here, and then he left the 40 caps in my mailbox. So, that's a tribute, by the way, to somebody. The late, great Tom Petty. All right. That's it, everybody. Rook military surplus right here in beautiful downtown Sanctuary. And coming up next, it looks like we might be building here. Or I might just move it over here. But you'll see whenever that video comes out. Thanks for watching, and I sure do appreciate you tuning in. I'm Izzy Smith, and if you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications when a new video comes out. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.